we interrupt our programming, this is a disclaimer. Important information will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Snake Rocks. This video is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, establishments, or events is purely coincidental. The author is not responsible for any real emergency alert system activations resulting from this video. We will now return to our feature presentation.
You are listening to KSTA FM.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to KSTA FM, serving the San Francisco Bay Area with music during the day and news at night at 111 kHz on the FM band. We also give nonstop news and weather coverage on our other station at 574 kHz on the AM band. My name is John Phillips Jr. I will be your host for tonight, and if you don't recognize me, that is because this is actually my first night hosting here at this station. I was a sound engineer before, but after the resignation of Harold Bride III, the previous host, I was chosen to replace him. So, if you want to let us here at the station know how I'm doing, you can visit our website at ksta.rdo/feedback. There should be a link right at the top of the page where you can leave your thoughts on my work as a host. You can also reach us through all widespread social media outlets. Our tag is KSTA_radio. Again, that's ksta.rdo/feedback or KSTA_radio on all widespread social media outlets. Alright, with my introduction out of the way, the day is Tuesday, January 15th, 2019, and the time is now 10:23 p.m. I'm going to begin with a brief traffic and weather report followed by the local news, and then we'll go into what's happening across the country that you might want to know about. Starting us off with the weather, we have mostly clear skies tonight, and the temperature is about 49 degrees. Lows are in the mid-40s to low 50s, with highs in the low to mid-50s. Winds are blowing north-northwest at speeds of about 5 miles per hour, with gusts of 8 miles per hour. Sunrise tomorrow morning is expected at 7:13 a.m., and at that point the skies will be partly cloudy with lows in the low to mid-50s and highs in the high 50s to low 60s. As far as we know, there are no rain clouds to be seen, so you can keep that umbrella stashed away in your closet for another day. Going into the traffic now, if you're expecting a fast commute down the 280 South, you might want to think again, as there is a three-way accident blocking the leftmost two lanes between exits 45 and 46. Thankfully, there haven't been any casualties reported, but delays of up to 20 minutes are expected until everything is cleared up. We also have an accident on the 101 North between exits 437 and 438 with one injury reported, and two of the middle lanes are blocked. Delays of 30 to 40 minutes are expected there, so I advise you slap on an audiobook and get ready for the long haul. Moving on to the local news, if any metalheads are tuning in at the moment, you might be pleased to know that Metallica are holding a free live concert soon at the Civic Center, which was made possible by this very station as well as Spotify, ESP Guitars, and Napster of all things. The concert will be this Saturday with Volbeat opening for them at 8 p.m., then the main event will start at 8:30 and end at around 10 o'clock. Also, for anyone who commutes by public transit, the SFMTA will be doing renovations on their light rail system starting Sunday next week and going well into the month after that. However, that work won't start until 8 p.m., at which point all light rail activity will cease. From there, activity will resume at 6... Hold on. Are you guys hearing that? It sounds like the emergency sirens are going off outside. Did they send out a test by mistake? Give me a moment. Oh dear. That's not good. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the interruption to this broadcast. Normal programming has been suspended. Please stand by for a message from the emergency alert system. A national emergency is in progress. Important instructions will follow. I repeat, we apologize for the interruption to this broadcast. Normal programming has been suspended. Please stand by for a message from the emergency alert system. A national emergency is in progress. Important instructions will follow.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is KSTA. We will continue to serve the San Francisco Bay Area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the San Francisco Bay Area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. A nuclear attack is incoming against the United States. 20 nuclear missiles have been launched from unknown locations and are on trajectories towards the United States. Due to the uncertain tracks of these missiles, all residents of the United States are advised to seek shelter immediately. If you know of a location that is designated as a fallout shelter, go there now. Otherwise, go as far underground as you can, away from any windows or doors. Take a hand crank or battery-powered radio with you for updates and instructions. Once inside your shelter, put as much space between you and the outside world as possible by barricading all entrances with heavy objects such as tables, file cabinets, etc. Do not leave your shelter for at least 14 days, or until instructed to do so. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
Yeah? No, I'm gonna stay here and continue broadcasting. Yeah, that's fine. I'll keep it going as long as I can. Good luck out there. Oh, we're back on the air. Sorry about that. I was just talking to one of my colleagues. He's taking shelter right now. As you may have just heard, a nuclear attack has been launched against the United States. I've just received a message from a representative of the President of the United States, which I've been instructed to read on the air. Let me just steady myself a bit. Alright, the message is as follows. My fellow Americans, the President is unable to speak on the air at this time as he is currently moving to an undisclosed safe location. However, he has given me the following message to relay to you. Deep down, we have always feared the worst in these tumultuous times. We have survived many threats and attacks in the past. However, one of the biggest fears is being realized right now. Nuclear missiles have been launched and are currently heading for the United States. We don't yet know who will be affected, but one thing is certain. There will be many lives lost. However, this does not mean we should lose hope. By taking some basic actions, we can persevere and emerge victorious. In order to achieve this, we need to prepare for what's ahead. Right now, I strongly encourage you to take the following actions. Get to an underground shelter and protect yourself. Cover your head and brace for potential impact. Once this is passed, stay inside until an all-clear signal is given. Follow the instructions and guidelines given by emergency management. Also, stay off telephones. These lines should be kept open for emergency use. If you make an unnecessary phone call, you may be endangering someone who actually needs it. Most importantly, stay calm in this situation and respect your fellow man, as this is the only way we will survive. While we may be crippled by this attack, America will not be broken. That was a message from a representative of the President of the United States. You are listening to KSTA FM. Normal programming has been suspended until further notice. A national emergency is in progress which will impact your safety if protective actions are not taken. We will continue to provide news and information for the San Francisco Bay Area. If you are not in this local area, you should now tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. I've got some information for our area already, but I'm going to try and get some more. Give me a moment. Okay, I've got it. As we know of at this time, no locations have been currently designated as safe fallout shelters. For this reason, the best plan of action is to take shelter in your basement. Bar all entrances with heavy objects such as tables, file cabinets, and bookshelves. If you have time, board up your windows. Stay inside until an all-clear signal is given. If you are taking shelter in your homes, unplug all electric devices and turn off electricity and gas. Once you're in your fallout shelter, make sure you're using a television or radio that is running on batteries only. If a member of your family is currently at another location tonight, do not leave your homes to get them. They will be taking their own precautions at this time, and it is highly unlikely that you will have enough time to get them. If you are currently on the road, and this is very important, pull over and turn off your vehicle immediately. Then seek shelter in the lowest level of a sturdy building, away from any windows or doors. If you are in a high-rise building, get to the lowest floor. Do not use elevators. If the electricity goes out, the elevator will stop and you'll get stuck. Use the stairs instead. Do not call 911 unless you have a real emergency. Leave it for someone who actually has a life-threatening emergency. More importantly, even if a missile does not strike near the area, the risk for fallout will exist. When the missile explodes, radioactive particles will rise into the air and can spread for hundreds of miles. This is the primary reason for creating these sheltered areas. A normal basement may not be enough protection from fallout. At any moment, the nuclear missiles could make impact. We don't know the exact locations that they will hit, but hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another message from the emergency alert system containing more information on this situation. Please stand by. I repeat, we have another message from the emergency alert system containing more information on this situation. Please stand by.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. 15 additional nuclear missiles have been launched, and there are now a total of 35 headed for the United States. Missile trajectories have now been calculated. Tune to a station providing news for your local area for more information on the missiles that will be making impact nearest your area. If you have not already done so, seek out a fallout shelter or find a sturdy building and go to the lowest floor. If you do not live near these locations, stay in your shelter and brace for the possible effects of fallout. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
Oh, we're back. As you have just heard, it has now been confirmed that there are a total of 35 nuclear missiles headed for the United States. 2 of these missiles are expected to hit California at this time. One of them will make impact in Fresno and the other in Los Angeles. While San Francisco is in the clear from direct impact right now, the fallout risk still exists and the tracks are not exact. The missile may land much closer than anticipated. Stay in your shelters until the all-clear signal has been given. Okay. Here is some additional information for our area. Do not call 911 unless you have a real emergency. San Francisco Emergency Management is reporting major problems with the 911 system. In fact, unless you have an emergency, do not use any phone lines, whether they are land or cell. For obvious reasons, do not try to go out in a vehicle. According to police, there are many abandoned vehicles along the roads. Driving is near impossible right now. If you are on the road, get inside a building right now. If you are in your shelters, make sure you are using radios or televisions running on batteries only, and all of your entrances have been barred with heavy objects such as tables, bookshelves, and file cabinets. We will continue to provide local updates for as long as we can. If we go off of the air, this is a strong sign that you should get in your shelter immediately. Stay tuned to this station. For those of you just tuning in or have not heard, a nuclear attack is taking place in the United States. 35 missiles are heading towards the country, and one is expected to strike near the city of Fresno, which is a little less than 200 miles away. Emergency management and the president have advised us all to get to an underground shelter now so that you're better protected from nuclear fallout. If we receive any additional reports on this situation, we will bring them to you immediately. If we go off of the air, it is imperative that you seek shelter in the lowest level of a sturdy building, away from any windows or doors and with any entrances barred. It seems that the station is starting to lose power. I'm going to pass the signal over to the emergency alert system now so I can seek shelter and protect myself. At this point, nuclear impact is probably only a few minutes away. This has been KSTA FM serving the San Francisco Bay Area. My only hope is that I was able to make you at least a little bit safer in this time of disaster. Good night and see you on the other side. This is John Phillips Jr. signing off.
And cover your head. All government shelters and emergency facilities are closing doors now and martial law is in effect. Civil authorities can and will use lethal force if you break the law. Seek shelter now. Do not wait. Do not leave your shelter or inner refuge for 14 days, or until it is declared safe to do so. Attention, attention, a nuclear attack is in progress. North American Aerospace Defense Command advises that nuclear impacts are expected within the next few minutes. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. If you are outdoors, enter the nearest building and go as far underground as you can. Some shelter is better than no shelter at all. If you cannot find shelter and are stuck outside during impact, lie down flat on your stomach, cross your legs, and cover your head. All government shelters and emergency facilities are closing doors now and martial law is in effect. Civil authorities can and will use lethal force if you break the law. Seek shelter now. Do not wait. Do not leave your shelter or inner refuge for 14 days, or until it is declared safe to do so. Attention, attention, a nuclear attack is in progress. North American Aerospace Defense Command advises that nuclear impacts are expected within the next few minutes. Prepare now for nuclear explosions. If you are outdoors, enter the nearest building and go as far underground as you can. Some shelter is better than no shelter at all. If you cannot find shelter and are stuck outside during impact, lie down flat on your stomach, cross your legs, and cover your head. All government shelters and emergency facilities are closing doors now and martial law is in effect. Civil authorities can and will Warning, a nuclear attack is in progress. 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 Warning, a nuclear attack is